The following is a semi-professional... fuck it, read it yourself. Alrighty, welcome back to Nihilhalla, and I know I said I'd have more of this established. What I meant to say is I was going to establish it more in this episode. So we want Haygrass here, and Roman, tell us about your experiences of vegan.
No, it wasn't.
We set that up.
It's different for everybody, and different body types have to do with anything.
Oh, one other thing, guys, real quick. Sorry
oh my god.
Dumping zone.
No, I don't give a shit anymore.
Gotta have a dumping zone. And
for
graves.
Trash?
Yes, and graves. Because if you don't have graves, your colonists will just stare at the dead bodies on the ground and get... No, I'm fucking serious.
It'll fuck them all up?
Yeah, it actually does deteriorate their mood rather quickly. It's like a sim that can't properly grieve for their loved one because death hasn't completely taken them. It's so fucked up. I recommend probably 4 times your colonists in graves, because you're going to be killing other people in defense probably at least once in your gameplay, and you'll have to have somewhere to bury them if you don't already have the incinerator unlocked. More on that after Roman's story.
Nah, fuck my story. It's stupid.
No, it's not stupid. It's your experience as a vegan. I'm very
Is it raining in the desert?
It's raining, but it's not a desert. It's shrubland. There's sand on the ground, but it's an arid climate is all.
No, I know. There's a lot of places like that in Nevada.
Speaking of vegan, our colonists are very much going to be vegan for the first couple of weeks here, because the chickens have not gotten well fed enough or an established zone, so they're probably not going to start to fack.
That was the hardest part, man, was eating constantly because veggies burn up so quick.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I didn't think they would be that bad, but...
No, it's and I eat beans and stuff, but I had to take supplements, and I know people are going to say, well, there's all kinds of things you can do not to... It's difficult, and I've read different articles on, if everybody ate nothing but plants, our planet would most likely not be able to sustain that type of life. And I just really hate factory farming. That's also bad for the planet as well. Cows belching out methane that goes into the atmosphere. We've just lost a lot of balance to it all.
I think it's more an issue of balance as well. I don't think it's really got anything to do with anything but like a lack of proper balance in terms of like we eat this, and then because we get so hooked on like beef, for example, we're mass producing cows to the best of our abilities, and as a result cows are, as you said, crapping methane constantly. But more importantly than that, we've sort of like gotten to a point where we're eliminating natural predators of cows, but we've sort of become the natural predators of cows, and now the cow population has exploded because we're controlling their population for food. Chickens, there's like 6 million... No, that number is way underrepresented. It's like 60 million chickens or some shit like that are slaughtered every month or some shit like that to feed just America. I feel like that number is way underrepresented.
Well, we don't have exact numbers, but
or way.
It's kind of the same thing as...
Yeah, apocryphal. That's what I meant to say. Like, I had the wrong number. Yeah,
it's kind of the same thing as Japan eats a lot of rice. They get a shitload of rice from America because they obviously can't grow enough of it all over their own country to feed their people. And that's how trade and shit works, but...
That could be fixed by vertical stack farming, though, if we started employing that method, but that would require cutting out government subsidies, and we don't get political on this show. So...
Yeah, I'm not trying to get there. It's whatever you feel about food. I don't like to go and shit in anybody's Wheaties for their way of life as long as it doesn't hurt other people, and I emphasize people, not animals, because...
we have a visitor, and it looks like he has stuff to trade.
Oh.
So, let's... who's our best talker? This actually matters in terms of the game, because your best talker is more likely to get a sweet deal when trading. Yes, Red. Okay. So he has never even heard of components. He doesn't know what those are. We have chicken eggs, both fertilized and unfertilized. The fertilized eggs are worth more. And he has to offer great bow, wooden spear, herbal medicine, which reminds me I need to start growing herbal medicine, and hare meat, which is rabbit meat. For those of you who don't know what a hare is...
Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer?
Hassenpfeffer.
Is that... It sounds German.
It's a German rabbit dish. Hassenpfeffer.
Huh.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that there was an actual German dish called Hassenpfeffer. I thought it was just a funny word that people said.
No, dude. Totally German.
And that is the important aspect of being a non-dickish atheist, guys. You admit your failures. Like if you're wrong, you swallow that shit with pride.
It's pretty much just the way to say rabbit meat.
Wow, really?
Yep. I took German for many years and went to Germany.
No,
a little backstory to people for the show.
No, that's cool. Like,
no, I didn't know you thought it was just a funny word. Yeah.
No,
I think specifically it might even be a stew of some sort. I know it is definitely rabbit.
Okay. Yeah, no, I honestly did not know that. So, what we're going to do now is take some of those components and build some solar panels.
Cool.
This is...
Oh my god, fuck you, Mothra.
I know, right? He's back again. Or she. I don't know.
Don't you have a Godzilla action figure? We can...
Oh man, I'd love to. I would really love... The problem is the Godzilla action figure would have to be, like, quickly knitted from yarn, and this thing would eat all of that.
When you build the solar panels, do you have to make an inverter everything, or does solar panel come with all of that?
That is one of the beautiful things about this game. You don't have to worry about that level of detail.
Okay.
But you also have the slight disadvantage of... good God, this moth. You have the slight disadvantage of not having any... Damn it. What should we call our colony? Hassenpfeffer. We don't have a single rabbit.
Hassenpfeffer Incorporated.
Yeah. Incorporated?
It's from a show, an old, like, 80s, 70s show.
Oh, is it?
Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't we just call it Hassenpfeffer then?
All right.
Or Hassenpfefferton. Yeah, that's just as ridiculous.
It
Hassenpfefferton. There we go. We don't have a single rabbit on this place. We've got bits of rabbit that somebody else has given us that spoils tomorrow, actually, in game time. So I need to either get that frozen or get a fire together so that they can cook it. Which reminds me, I should get to work on getting that magic happening. So you have to manage temperature in this game. And... one of the worst things you can do is let your colonists overheat. So what I'm doing right now is building these 4 solar panels, which will then be connected to electric lighting
and AC
and air conditioning. And I'll also have fueled backups established, as well as battery backup to hold a charge overnight. And I think we're going to just go ahead and go apeshit for the electric stove right away. But I need to build an enclosure for it too. Alright, we were talking about something and my train of thought completely derailed.
Yeah, we've been bouncing all over the place with this episode. Well, with all these episodes of this show.
Yeah.
I know you've been trying to explain the game.
I was talking about the solar panels.
Oh, and how you don't need to build an inverter and stuff.
Yeah, in a real survival situation, of course, there's a lot of stuff that the game cuts out because that actually would be, like... contemplating life and death situations, real survival tactics, etc., which a lot of people find boring. There's another game we'll play on the show. It's turn-based. We'll only play probably 1 or 2 episodes of that, just to basically cut your teeth on it. It's called Neo Scavenger. It's by Blue Bottle Games. Very great game, but it's turn-based and it's very slow, and there's no, like, this has a sort of comedic aspect to it where all the people are basically just silhouettes. Oh my god, a local squirrel has gone mad and will attack everyone it sees. We have our first disaster.
Really?
Yes.
How big is a squirrel?
It's actually right there.
Well, somebody kill it. Step on its fucking head.
It's on the screen. They don't have that option. They have guns.
Shoot it.
Watch what happens. Nash has a rifle. He's going to try and fire at the squirrel. And this person has a relatively low melee skill, so she's just going to try and stay clear.
It's one fucking squirrel. That looks like a dog.
And now we have a colonist that needs treatment. This is the squirrel here in front of Dominica.
Oh.
And the squirrel's dead. Yay! We saved everybody. We saved it from the terrorist squirrel. Oh god. Is it actually a terrorist squirrel? It was just angry.
Does it say terrorist squirrel?
No, it was a mad squirrel.
Oh.
It wasn't a terrorist squirrel. That was just a bit of flavor I threw in there because
oh my god.
our clan member Noodles says that shit all the time. Why are you just laying on the... Oh, you're cloud watching. I'm like, you're laying on the ground. What are you doing? No, go get medical attention. You've got a scratch. Actually, wow, you've got blood loss. Oh, it's trivial. Never mind. We're good. Jesus, 13% of your blood per day? That's not trivial. Rest until you're healed. Get a doctor on that shit.
Well, in the next episode, we have more squirrel fighting action that you've all come to love.